Alright, so before I start talking about the episode, I just want to give a quick little shout out to one of my subscribers who tweeted this at me. I haven't noticed it. I don't know about you, but I really haven't. Like, I did notice the weird marks on that guy's neck at the end of the episode, but the fact that supposedly, like, the leader of the Byakuya gang had that, like, same or, like, similar sign on his hand, like, I didn't see it. Anyway, yeah, let's get into my Boruto episode, I believe 44 review. Now, throughout my last couple of episode reviews, there was this one thing happening, like in every single video, and I just realized that. All of these videos last for around 15 minutes, like the last couple of reviews. Obviously, as a reviewer, I change as time goes by. Now, I'm pretty sure that this video won't be as long because a lot of the things that happened in this episode are a bit redundant in my honest opinion, and I'm gonna explain it. Now, before I continue, that doesn't mean it was bad. I don't think the episode was great, but I'm gonna, first of all, I want to start with some good things. So, first of all, we got the confirmation that Udon is the sensei of team, I believe, 5, like the team that consists of, Metal, Iwabe, and Denki. I don't know if it was confirmed before in the anime, like I know this, from Boruto manga, but Shikarai mentioned Moegi in this episode, and basically she is the sensei of the new Inoshikacho trio, and basically, these are just some of small details that are very necessary, like necessary information, so to say. Now, this episode obviously happened after the 43rd episode, which in my opinion, as I stated in that review, was the perfect setup episode. I literally gave it a 10. And I felt like a bit more could have happened in this episode. Like, obviously, we had that little fight, between the Byakuya gang, and Iwabe, Metali, and Denki. That was all cool. And yeah, I just want to quickly mention that scene for a second. Iwabe is very strong. Obviously, I think he fought Boruto in episode 2 anyway. It was like the first couple of episodes. His Earth style was very strong even back then when they were younger, but now it's like really, really strong. All right. Anyway, we got that fight scene, which was cool and all that. But after that, like the entire episode, like it did have some great moments in it, but then again, episode as a whole was very redundant because there was no progression, and the last episode was supposed to be the setup episode. Like 2 episodes ago, Byakuya gang was mentioned. The last episode was the setup episode, and you would expect something more from this episode because, today I already saw many comments of people saying that the episode was boring. And I don't like using terms such as boring when it comes to reviewing, but I will be 100% honest. I don't do this when I watch Boruto episodes because Wednesdays, like, for me, these are Boruto days, right? Not Wednesdays. Like, I wait for Wednesdays, like, throughout the entire week just to review my favorite series. For fuck's sake, I'm the only YouTuber who has reviewed every single episode of Boruto ever since the series started, and I checked this. The only one. And as I said, I really love reviewing the series. And I never checked the time when I watched the episode, but I caught myself looking at the time. Like, I wanted to see how many minutes until the end. Does that mean that I was quote-unquote bored? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'm sure more could have happened in this episode. I want to talk about one scene that I really, really liked, mainly because of the soundtrack. It was when Boruto was talking to Hinata, because obviously, Boruto's having mixed thoughts. I'm assuming one side of himself tells him that, it's not good to steal, because, yes, you are giving it to the poor people, but still, you're stealing it. but at the same time, you know, he's probably influenced by Shikadai's words from the last episode. It's like, it's not that bad because, you know, the poor people are getting happier. Like, he witnessed it himself when Ryogi, like, that's the pen guy, his name was revealed in this episode. I think it was Ryogi. He witnessed it himself when Ryogi, you know, made it possible for these people to drink water from the 43rd episode. And anyway, going back to the scene between, you know, Boruto and Hinata, he was talking to Hinata, right? And he kind of wanted to put it all on Naruto, but then she was like, you know, some problems take time to be solved. And the soundtrack in that scene, I think I've talked about the soundtrack usage in Boruto, like in episode 43 review. I'm not sure, or 42. I'd have to check that. But I think, and I'm not even joking, in all of Boruto so far, like the timing of this soundtrack and just overall the soundtrack, it just, oh my god, it was enjoyable. I rewatched that scene 2 times. Just because of the soundtrack. And if somebody can link me the soundtrack, because I didn't find it, like I searched a little bit today, like I didn't do like a full entire like research, but please, if you find it, just send it to me on Twitter or whatever, because I really like that soundtrack. And when it comes to anime in general, soundtracks are very important, and like for me, that's just my it's just my personal thing. Never mind. Anyway, there was also this one very funny moment in this episode. There's a chance that you missed it. I'm not referring to the Katasuke scene when he was talking to Boruto and when he told him that he, you know, went through all of the levels in the game, like in one night, which was hilarious. But it was when Mitsuki was talking with Shikadai. So in episode 43 review, I mentioned how, in my opinion, Shikadai was, really harsh. He said some, things to Boruto, and as I said, I thought he was very harsh. And in today's episode, Shikadai asked Mitsuki, like, where did Boruto go? Something like that. I'm not really sure. And Mitsuki was like, there's this weird scientist who, does research on ninjutsu, something like that. And Shikadai was just like, he must be really weird if you think he's weird. Like, that rose from Shikadai to Mitsuki. If you missed it, please go rewatch it. That shit was funny, alright? Shikadai doesn't give a fuck. He just goes straight and roasts, oh my god, I'm losing my words, roasts the shit out of you, which I'm really liking. Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. Maybe it was just me, but anyway, if you missed it, just go give it another watch. Anyway, of course, in this episode, Ryogi and Shikadai played shogi again, and I felt like that was the most redundant scene, because I thought that it could have been shorter. Like, the part where Shikadai becomes suspicious was very important, but like the first like 10-20 seconds, I felt like they were taken straight out of episode 43, if you get what I mean. Not literally, but you get the point. Anyway, I really liked the little moment when Shikadai was super excited because of the new game that Boruto got from Katasuke. And that moment was important for Yogi to realize that even Shikadai can sometimes lose it, so to say. And I just really like that moment. I could talk more about it, but I just don't want to get so deep into it. The point is, I really like that moment, right? Anyway, I think that Shikadai started thinking that Ryogi might be a part of the Byakuya gang. Just because, Ryogi was asking so many questions. That's probably the reason why he hesitated to attack the masked person, which was obviously Ryogi, in this episode. Like, even his mom was there, and she was like, come on, attack, use your, like, shadow jutsu, whatever. But no, he hesitated. And I'm pretty sure, as I said, that he has... that he potentially thinks that this guy, Ryogi, is from the Byakuya gang. Obviously, at the end of the episode, Ryogi is reunited with his boss or whatever. And yeah, I talked about this in my episode 43 review. He's probably not a good guy. I even think he mentioned it. Like, Byakuya gang is getting, I don't want to say popular, but people think of them as these righteous thieves. And I feel like they just want to as soon as like they get this status of like a, you know, a really good group or whatever, they're gonna do something bad potentially. And at the start of the video, I've mentioned how one of my subscribers, you know, sent me those pictures, and the, you know, that little mark on his hand, like the boss of Ryogi, like on his hand, I wonder if that jutsu is like, what type of jutsu is that? If you know, let me know. Could it be some type of, no, I don't want to say a curse mark. No, that's just too far. But I don't know. I don't know. The thing about Boruto is we often don't get explanations for many things. For example, when Konohamaru did the Rasengan against the on Team 7's first mission, he, like, the other guy asked him, "Did you just use wind style to break out of my jutsu?" And he never confirmed it for us viewers. He never said, "I used wind style Rasengan." I think it was wind style Rasengan, but it was never confirmed. A lot of these abilities that Boruto has, such as Boruto Stream and Lightning Arrow, like when he throws his shuriken, you know, enhanced by lightning style, we never saw it. We never saw him training with it. So, you know, some of these things should be more explained. And I really hope that we're gonna get an explanation as to, like, explanation for this technique that this guy uses. Obviously, Ryogi uses ice style, yeah, there was this technique, Mangekyo, something like that. Yeah, that was really cool. It's always cool seeing ice style. Anyway, guys, my rating for this episode, you're probably gonna be very, very surprised, but 6.6 out of 10. I may not seem like I didn't like it, because it's not that I didn't like it, but a lot of it was just, in my opinion, redundant. Plot progression equal to 0. Yeah, I mean, hopefully the next episode will be better. Hopefully the next episode will be better. And I just realized that I'm talking for about 12 minutes. And I thought this was going to be shorter, but no. You know, even when it's not the best episode, when something's your favorite series, you're gonna talk about it. It's just the way it is, by the looks of it. Anyway, that was your boy Hokage. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below. I will see you in my next video. Next video will be a huge one, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, once again, that was your boy Hokage, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.